So you're probably here because that pesky check engine light popped on and the code reader spit out P0022. It sounds pretty technical, I know, but don't worry. Over the next few minutes, we're going to lay out a super simple step-by-step roadmap to figure out exactly what's going on and how to get it fixed. Let's get right into it.
There it is, that dreaded little light on the dashboard. It's the worst, right? Because it could mean almost anything. But getting a specific code, well, that's your first big clue. And if that code is P0022, you are in exactly the right place.
Okay, so the code we're dealing with is P0022. It's just a string of letters and numbers, but what is it actually trying to tell you about your car? Let's break down the jargon and figure out what's really happening under the hood. All right, first things first. What is the car's computer even trying to tell us with this code? Let's decode its message. Okay, so here's the official technical definition you'd see on a scan tool. It says the intake camshaft on bank 2 is over-retarded. All that really means is that a specific part, the camshaft, is moving a little too slowly. It's lagging behind where the engine's computer expects it to be. Let's put that in even simpler terms. Imagine your engine is a perfectly rehearsed orchestra. You've got all these parts moving in perfect harmony. Well, this code is basically the conductor telling you that one of the key instruments, your intake camshaft, is out of beat. The whole engine's timing is just a little bit out of sync. Now this right here, this is the most important clue of all. The system that actually changes the timing, it's called the variable valve timing, or VVT system, and it's hydraulic. You know what that means? It runs on engine oil. It literally uses pressurized oil to physically adjust the engine's timing. And that one fact, that's going to lead us right to our prime suspect.
So now we know what is happening. It's time to figure out why. What's actually causing this timing problem? Let's put on our detective hats and start looking at the usual suspects.
Whoa, okay, this chart says it all, doesn't it? Look at that massive slice. A whopping 70% of the time, this code is caused by something incredibly simple. Your oil level is low, or the oil is just old, dirty, and sludgy. And it makes perfect sense, right? If the VVT system needs clean, free-flowing oil to work, then thick, gunky oil just can't move through those tiny passages fast enough. So before we even think about anything else, this is where we have to start.
Now, of course, it's not always just the oil. It could be a bad VVT solenoid. That's a little electronic valve that acts as a gatekeeper for the oil flow. In more serious, and thankfully less common cases, you could be looking at a failing cam phaser, which is the actual gear that turns the camshaft, or even a stretched-out timing chain. But remember, we always start with the most likely and easiest thing first.
Okay, knowing what could be wrong is one thing, but having a clear plan of attack is what's going to save you a ton of time, money, and headaches. So let's build that diagnostic roadmap, starting with the easiest checks first. Here's the game plan, and you really need to do it in this order. Step 1, no exceptions. Check your oil. Pop the hood. Is the level right? Is the oil clean? Only after you've confirmed the oil is good do you move to step 2, which is checking out that VVT solenoid. After that, you'd need a scan tool for some deeper analysis before you'd ever consider looking at the heavy-duty mechanical parts like the timing chain. So, depending on what you find during your diagnosis, the solution could be amazingly simple, or it could be pretty involved. Let's take a look at the range of repairs you might be facing. On one hand, you could be looking at a super simple, pretty cheap fix, a basic oil and filter change, maybe an engine flush if there's a lot of sludge, or swapping out that little solenoid. But on the other hand, if the problem turns out to be mechanical wear and tear, you might be facing a much bigger job, like replacing a cam phaser or the entire timing chain. And this right here, this is the whole point of everything we've talked about. Following that step-by-step diagnostic plan is absolutely crucial. It's what stops you from falling into that nightmare scenario where you spend $1,000 on a new timing chain only to find out the real problem was just dirty oil all along. So the next time you see code P0022, just remember that donut chart. The real question isn't how to fix some complex problem, it's this. Are you really willing to risk a $1,000 repair bill by skipping a simple 5-minute oil check first? I think we both know the answer to that.